Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and welcome to the very first episode of Let's Make a Cartoon. Now, this is a series where I initially live streamed, so the clips that you will see have been live streamed, and now it's turned into an actual video. So this segment that you're watching right now is recorded a day after the stream was actually held. So the way I formatted this video is I took a lot of the key parts of the stream and cut them into segments, and basically you should see some time codes up on screen, so if you want to skip around to the different little segments that we talked about, but basically I will give like a little introduction like I'm doing right now before I actually talk about the thing, and then I'll just cut to the clip from the stream where we're actually discussing it and coming up with these ideas. And if you have any suggestions as to this format, please let me know down in the comments. So this first little segment here is going to be the first concept for a cartoon that we came up with. A mysterious magic clock. A clock. That's interesting. A clock. That gets my little brain moving around. Okay. I'm trying to think of something with time leaps. Something where okay. Here's the first spitball of the day, right? What if we have it where there's a main character and he or she is in this world. I don't know, it could start out as just like an Earth. Then what happens is he or she gets like there's this clock. And I don't want to say every hour, but every like something triggers it, right? Once it hits a certain time, and then this character randomly gets transported to a different time, a different period in time. So like, let's say for example, they go back 100 years, and then they see where they were within that time frame. Like if they go back 100 years, they see what their location looked like 100 years ago. And then what they have to do is this clock is randomly put in this little area. And let's say, for example, the character is stuck in a certain radius. Like the clock is somewhere in there, and the character has to search for the clock. And then what the character does is spins the clock back to their original time, or to whatever time they go to. And then once they go to that time, then they have to find the clock again because it disappears. No, I'm getting a lot of no's. I thought that was a cool idea. I guess we're not doing that if you guys are saying no. Aw. That was an interesting idea. Okay, here's what we're gonna do instead. I shouldn't say instead. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come up with another idea. Then what we'll do is propose the two different ideas again, and then we'll see which one you guys like more, or maybe we'll do three. I don't know. But start throwing some more ideas out there. Because remember, all it was a clock, okay? And we can still do the mystery, like, it could still be a fantasy mystery, and the clock, we would sort of incorporate it to be a mystery of some kind. So that was the first segment, so now we're going to go ahead and move on to the very second idea that we had, because we wanted to have two solid ideas that we could either choose one or the other for our base cartoon. Can we have magical cat? No. We don't need, like, okay, we could do something with cats. We don't need to go overboard with the cats. The cats don't need to dictate the story. 2 universes, 1 protagonist in each. I like that idea. Yes. I like that idea. Thank you, mysterious cat. I really like that idea. Yes. Okay. Ooh, just got super excited from that. Because then, like, everything's looking good. Okay. So. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited right now. Okay, so basically, we have 2 different characters, right? Presumably male, female, that way you could have some romance. They need to be able to, because the thing that is coming to mind when you said 2 different characters in different universes is Your Name. The anime movie called Your Name. Now obviously we don't want to rip off that, and that's a little bit different, because that one, in Your Name, spoilers for if you haven't seen it, but basically, male, female from different time periods. They swap bodies and they're 2 different people from 3 years ago. Like there's a girl from 3 years in the past. I won't explain anything more than that, but it's a little bit different than what we're suggesting here. So, maybe we do 2 characters in a different universe, and then they can somehow communicate to each other. How would they communicate to each other? That's the question. Okay, a lot of you guys are saying LGBT, and I'm perfectly fine with that. There's no problem with that, if we want to. But that's something we'll take a vote on when we're creating the new character. I'm just saying that it would open up a good opportunity for the romance kind of stuff. So it doesn't matter. Anything, I don't care. We'll take a poll on it. That's how we'll decide stuff like that. A mirror, we could do a mirror. Or, what about a notebook? The 2 different characters have one notebook that's conjoined together. And what happens is they write in the notebook, and then that's how they can communicate to each other. Okay, I'm getting a lot of yeses for the notebook. Oh my gosh! Wait, where's that comment? Crystal Pokey Dude. Love that idea. Okay, that's what I think. Okay. Crystal Pokey Dude suggests that we name the story Page Turner. What do you guys think of that? I rather like that idea. Page Turner. I think that's what we're gonna call it. Page Turner is what we're gonna go with. Okay, I'm sorry. We just kind of like disregarded the clock idea, but I'm actually really digging this cross-dimension thing. I mean, okay. What do you, like, let's just go either type in clock or type in page, and then we'll determine which one we want to do. Do that. My vote's honestly on the page. Like, I like the clock idea, but not as much as the page one. The page one just seems a lot more interesting. So now that we've decided on the cartoon that we actually want to go with, now we're starting to talk about the 2 different worlds that we're going to choose. Yes, okay, so you guys are saying we have 2 worlds. 1, normal Earth. 2, what's the second one? What is the second? We can do a fantasy. Honestly, I'm down with the fantasy. Like, we could do a fantasy, and in that fantasy, we just have, like, dragon ladies and elf people and all these different things. Or we could have some sort of space civilization, like Martians. We could do something like that. But we could, here's the thing, right? Fantasy, if we made it an all-out fantasy world, there would be dragon people in there anyway. Oh, an all-out fantasy, and when the book runs out of pages, they swap places and have to find their way back. I like that idea, Sabrina. What do you guys think of that idea? When the book runs out of pages, they swap places. Now, I don't think we should swap minds. I think we should fully swap bodies. But when that happens, the notebook gets reset. Or, ooh, here's an idea. There's another notebook. Volume 2. That's when season 2 starts. So they run out of pages in season 1, season 2 starts, and then they get a brand new notebook, and it's like volume 2. So then there's just like this dragon lady in Earth, and we have to see how they survive. So this next segment is more of just spitballing ideas. It doesn't really have a title. If I had to call it something, it'd be Refrigerator, and you'll see why in a second. Wait, the girl is Luna while the boy is Moon? That's interesting. Well, that also brings up a question. Do we want to do male-female, female-female, or male-male? Camp Half-Blood. You guys have been saying that. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Page and Turner for the names? Nice try, but no, we're not doing that. Okay, I'm seeing mostly male-female here. Oh, we got a donation from LLXD. Thanks so much. I love these ideas. I also want to have them on my, I also want them to have a refrigerator. Don't know why. Love your videos. A refrigerator. Interesting. I know people have suggested the refrigerator before, and I'm not opposed to it, but how would the refrigerator work in the fantasy world? Because my idea for the refrigerator is you can put stuff in there, and then, like, it's like a community shared bin. So, like, let's say Luna, for example, the dragon lady, can put something in her refrigerator, except for it's a fantasy world. Do they have refrigerators then? I don't know. And then the other person would grab it and do that. I don't know. Send each other food. Yeah, but they would have to do it more than just, it'd have to be more than just food. Have a part where the pages are torn and the world starts crumbling? That doesn't really make sense as far as the story goes. The story can be for when they find the notebook. Interesting idea, actually. What if there's a notebook in the refrigerator, and then Luna's equivalent, like the Dragon Lady's equivalent of a refrigerator. I don't know what that would be, right? But basically, they both find a notebook, and how this whole situation is explained is they both reach in for the notebook because they're like, what's this doing in here? They try to pull it out at the same time, and then that's what starts their link. That is what creates the link. And then, I don't know how you would break the link, or how to bring them back together, because presumably what we want to have happen is they somehow meet in one world, right? That's sort of what we are wanting. Is that... I don't know, I like that idea. So this next segment is going to be about the characters, their names, and ages. So I'm thinking a lot of people like Nico. Characters, Nico and Luna. Xavier? Now I'm thinking Nico and Luna. Are we all good with Nico and Luna? What, you want the poll? The poll to decide it? Okay, I think we're gonna go with Nico and Luna, unless if I get a whole bunch of people saying like, no, do something different. And why Xavier? What if we... I'm perfectly fine with including another character. Nico's brother. Okay, do we want to do Xavier? I'm down with having Xavier as another character, but do we introduce Xavier as a third person in the notebook, or as a brother to Nico, who eventually will find Nico's notebook? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of brothers. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a Nico section, and we're gonna have a Luna section. Oh, also, how old are these guys? Brother Xavier. Age 16. We'll make him 16. How old is Luna? Age 15. Okay. What age is Xavier? We are going to go with 17. Okay, so one person's saying Luna should have a best friend that falls for Nico, which would add more to the plot dynamic. Here's the thing though, right? The whole idea of the notebook is cool. But if we are wanting to have the relationship between Nico and Luna, I feel like it's going to be hard for them to fall for each other if they're just writing in a notebook. Maybe. Next, we're going to go ahead and talk about the villain, sort of his motives, and sort of like consequences that characters have for doing certain things. So just more spitballing ideas. Page Turner's the villain? No, Page Turner's the name of the show. Okay, a lot of you guys are saying that the maker of the notebook is the evil guy. But who is this evil guy? And like, what is his goal? Like, what's his goal with the notebook? Like, I mean, I guess if we were to really go with the dark side of things, like, if it was taking lifespan off of them, he puts this curse on them. Well, it's not really a curse, it's the notebook, right? They can communicate with each other, but, and then, like, eventually, an idea. There is a third user of the notebook, and it's the maker of the notebook. And you can tell it's him because of his handwriting, and it's like in a red pen and whatnot. So he writes in the notebook, and he explains sort of the situation. And he's the one who put the notebook in the fridge. He's the one who caused them to link up. And basically what he's doing is he's harvesting their lifespan because the two characters, they fall in love, so they have to, use the pages to get through the refrigerator to see each other. But when they do that, they lose some of their lifespan. That's the toll. And then their goal is to defeat the maker of the thing? I don't know. Yeah, well, his motive would be to gain life from it. Because if he's basically, in essence, stealing their life force and turning it into his own, so he can live for a long time. What if the villain is the teacher? No. Actually, that's an interesting idea. Actually, the teacher, if they're both in school, let me think about this. The villain the villain exists in both worlds, and his soul was basically split in half. And in order for him to come together as one person, he needs to collect enough of these soul pages, I don't know, to basically make both souls on both sides like equal, and then he'll become one person again. That's his main motive, is to become one person again. So he creates this notebook from both different sides, chooses a random person that he teaches, in this case Nico and Luna, and he sets it up so that they get together and then essentially tries to steal these soul pages, or whatever we call it. He has occult warriors in both worlds? Jeez. Oh man, that's a lot of yeses. Okay. Maybe instead of like taking away from the lifetime, it's taking away pieces of your soul. That's what happens when you remove the page. But what does that mean? What does taking away some of your soul mean? Maybe the soul is what makes you you, like your personality, how you act, who you like, what foods you like. So like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, yeah, basically like their humanity. Like, if you essentially lose your soul, you become blank. Basically, like you're still living. It's just like you don't have any interest, you're very bland. And the two characters that we have are very creative people, but they start to lose their creativeness. But here's the thing. If they start losing some of their soul, like we can't make them lose enough of their soul, and we have to make them realize what's going on without actually making them lose their soul, if you get what I'm saying. Because in order for them to figure out what their soul is and what removing the pages does, we got to come up with 3 different options, like the 3 different ones that we've sort of suggested here. We have you start to become crazy, like you're making irrational thoughts, you are like, you can't control your actions very well. That's option 1. So let's say, well, don't spam anything yet. Hear me out. If you guys start spamming stuff, I'm gonna be mad, okay? Here's your options. Actually, let me go ahead and unbold that. Option 1, crazy. Don't start spamming yet. If you do, I'll end the stream right now. Option 2, you go crazy. That was the first thing. The other thing was you start, like, you get headaches. It's like you fall down easier. Basically, like physically, you're losing health. Like, it's like health, option 2. Option 3, do we like the stone idea enough? Or color? Well, I think we'll stick with stone. So you now have permission, spam one of these 3 options, either spam crazy, health, or stone. Oh, that's a lot of 3s. That is a lot of 3s. Okay, that's what we're going with, all 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and run through a recap of our show, Page Turner. Oh, isn't this so cool? We made this. We together as a community came together and made all of this that you see before you today. So we have the show, Page Turner. The setting takes place in 2 different worlds. We have a normal Earth world and a fantasy world, okay? These 2 characters discover in their fridge, these 2 characters being Nico and Luna, they discover in their fridge, for some reason, they have a notebook. And they each both find the notebook and they grab it and take it out both at the same exact time, linking them together. Basically what happens, whatever you write in the notebook, whatever you write in the notebook gets transferred to the other notebook in the other world. So basically, the 2 characters can communicate to each other through the notebook. That's what we have so far. Nico also has a brother named Xavier, and Nico is 16, Xavier is 17, and Luna is 15. Luna is female, Nico is male, and Xavier is obviously male. Basically, this villain called, like, the notebook creator, we haven't created a name, just the notebook creator is giving them instructions as to what they can do with this notebook. And there's a bunch of different things that they can do with this notebook. For example, they can simply just write in it and have it appear on both sides. But what they can also do is tear the pages out, which is ultimately what the villain wants. He wants the the characters to pull out the pages, because what happens when you pull out the pages is you can use that and put the pages, I don't know how it would work, but basically when you tear out the pages, that gives you a passageway to going to the other world. So like Luna could travel to Earth by ripping out some of the pages. But the problem is, when you rip out the pages, they turn into what's called soul pages. And these soul pages is what the notebook creator uses to become whole again. Because what happened with the notebook creator is some time in his past, for some reason, we haven't decided yet, he split into two, and he was separated between two different worlds. So he created this notebook to try to get people to fall in love and essentially tear the notebook so that they could be together in the same room. So what he would do is every single time they rip out a soul page, they lose part of their soul and it goes to the notebook creator. And eventually, when the notebook creator gets enough of their soul, potentially, I don't know, like 75% of the notebook gets teared out, then he will become whole again and something will happen. We don't know, we haven't decided yet, but that's something that we can decide sometime soon. Did I miss out on anything? That's pretty much all we've talked about so far, right? Huh? Is that right? And then this final little mini segment is going to be a name for the villain. So, do we want Blake to be this guy's name that he goes by in school, Mr. Blake, and then Papyrus is his, like, code name? Oh, Blake Page, because it sounds like blank page. Blake Page. Okay, I'm fine with that. So that was all that we discussed for this first stream. I plan on making more streams and more videos like this in the future. A lot of people who were in this stream really enjoyed it, and I did stream pretty late for a lot of people in Europe, so I'm going to try to stream a little earlier next time. But if you have any suggestions, like any ideas for the cartoon, let me know down in the comment section down below. Also, this video was a little bit long, so next time if you want it to be more of just like a recap of what we talked about, let me know your thoughts on the feedback of this video. I thought for the first one it would be cool to sort of like see where we came from and how we progressed through the show, but let me know what you guys think about that. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you were in the stream, enjoyed the stream as much as I did, because it was a lot of fun to think about this stuff and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.